Hey guys, Chris with Nichols Retirement Empire. Welcome to Lake St. Mary's. It's a little park downtown here. It's not downtown, it's in St. Mary's. I have not been here. I went fishing the other day at this little dock because I couldn't get my boat out because it's been so windy. The weather's been so terrible. And there was a guy down there and he told me about this. This is a good place to walk and how much he enjoyed it. And so I'm going to check it out. He said he really likes it. And he likes to come out here during this time of year because there's a water park right here behind me, and for the kids. And he says he likes to come out here when the water park's not going on because, you know, you don't have all the kids yelling and screaming and you don't seem like a weirdo walking around the water park looking at all the kids. So that's pretty smart of him in this day and age. So let's walk around and see what the little park is like. It's pretty out here. There's a lake. He says he catches fish in this lake. See, the park has like a little river kind of thing that goes around there, and then like an area where you have all a big gigantic slide and all the splashing things over there. That's really pretty cool. This is a nice size little pond, and the track goes all the way around it. And there is at least one St. Mary's Lake gator. You see that? Cattails. I have a cattail story, believe it or not. When I was growing up, I was with some friends. It was during the summer, and we lived up on Lookout Mountain, which is, you know, kind of out in the country. You know, there's not a big population up there especially where we live. And we were over at my friend's cousin's house, and it was some, you know, family property, and they had several houses in the area, and they had a lake, and about the size of this lake on their property. And we were, you know, being kids and playing. We were probably, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. And they had a bunch of cattails just like this, very similar to this pond. And so we got them, and there was a tent that they had put up. I don't know. I don't think they were camping out. I think they were just letting it air out, and they were going to go camp out or whatever. So there was a tent sitting in, you know, one of the yards of, you know, one of the relatives there. And for some reason, you ever heard the term boys will be boys, to try to explain the stupid things that boys do? Because there's just no explanation. And there's not, you know. And people can say that's a sexist comment or what. I don't care. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. I don't know what else to say. Because typically, girls don't do a lot of the stupid. That's why boys get hurt so much. And that's why whenever you watch America's Funniest Home Videos or one of those kind of things, and about people riding their bike off the top of a house, or just always, you know, 90% is guys, it's men or boys. So, like I said, if, you know, you don't like that term, then that's fine. But I don't know what else to say. So, boys being boys, we got the idea to take all these cattails and go in this tent and like bust them all into pieces. And if you're not familiar with what happens when you do that, there's these real fine little puffs of, you know, they just float around in the air, kind of like those little dandelions when you blow the things, and the cattails are full of those. And we busted the cattails and got, I mean, it was like a blizzard in that tent. And we just had the best time laughing and cutting up and spreading that stuff all over the place. It was all over us, all in our hair, all in the tent. It was if you were a tent owner, or if you were that tent owner, it was an unmitigated disaster. But to us, it was just great fun. So, and we were well old enough to know better. We should not have done that. So anyway, somehow I escaped the punishment of that event. I'm sure that my friend's cousins, whoever all was over there, ended up spending quite a bit of time cleaning out that tent and getting all the cattail, whatever you call it, seed stuff out of that tent. I'm sure it was a total mess. So it was one of those things I did that I never actually had to pay the price for my, what I did there. My involvement, I'll put it that way. I don't think it was my idea. I don't recall me coming up with the idea, hey, let's take these cattails in here and bust these. I'm 99% sure it was one of those other guys. So they probably deserved it more than me. It was their property. It was their, relatives. I don't know if I'd have done that if it had been my uncle or my grandfather's tent. Maybe I'd have got a lot smarter if it had been my stuff and I wouldn't have participated or I wouldn't have allowed it. I don't know. I always feel the need to qualify my stories with a guarantee of proof. Now, this is a true story, or that's how it really happened. I have to always say that because I don't know if it's because I fish. You know how people, fishermen lie. Fishermen never tell the I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I don't think all fishermen lie. Maybe it's because they don't want to tell people where they caught their fish, and they, or maybe they just like to exaggerate the catch that they made. But it's pretty much commonly accepted that fishermen are they're liars. Fisherman equals liar. So since everybody knows I fish, I have to throw, no, this is the truth in there. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's because my family, my grandfather, when they spin a tale, it's usually a little. You got to jazz it up a little bit. You got to make it, more exciting than it really was, or whatever. But I feel like when I tell these things that it is, very accurate. I do like to make it sound better. I just like to make it sound better. It's not that it's false in any kind of way. But anyway, I always feel like I have to, make sure you understand that my story is accurately reported as it happened with no bias. And it's just facts, man. So, hope you enjoyed that fact-filled story about cattails. Carry on. Thanks for watching Nichols Retirement Empire.